step out and enter in. There's no time for stalling. The wild is calling. When you risk it all, you learn to feel alive. Searching for new life. Reaching for new heights. Into the daylight. So open your eyes, we're making the climb, taking the dive, deep into the wild. Into the daylight. So open your eyes, we're making the climb, taking the dive, deep into the wild. Deep into the wild. Deep into the wild. Deep into the wild.
Begin now. Yang berbahagia, Madam Noraida binti Muhammad Sharif, Director, Center of Foundation Studies, International University of Malaya Wales, our distinguished guests, distinguished speakers, Mr. Rashid bin Mat, Founder, Director of Chief Executive Officer, InspiraComm Sdn Bhd, Dr. Meriza Hendri, SIPMM, Head of Entrepreneurship Center, and also Senior Lecturer, Faculty of Economics and Business, Widyatama University, Bandung, Indonesia. Madam Sharmila Muhammad Saleh, AMN, Acting Chief Executive Officer, Malaysia Innovation Foundation. Our lovely moderator for today, Ms. Farah Hidasharin, Lecturer, Center of Foundation Studies, International University of Malaya Wales, lecturers, staffs, and students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome to the CFS Dialogue Webinar Series with the title Survive, Sustain, Success. Disruption Creates Opportunities. On behalf of the organizer, I would like to thank everyone who is spending your time joining our event today. We also want to deliver our special appreciation to the main sponsor, Regional Global 9 Shipping and Trading, Sdn Bhd, also Faith Hotel Braga, Bandung, Indonesia, and this event gained full support from InspiraComm Sdn Bhd and Widyatama University, Bandung, Indonesia. This webinar aims to broaden students' understanding of how business disruption can create opportunities for business and entrepreneurial. The invited speakers will be sharing their experience as an entrepreneur in order to manage disruption and survive, especially during the pandemic crisis in Malaysia and Indonesia. It also includes the exposure to the role of the government agencies and academics as well. which is to boost innovation and invention among students as for their future career in the field of entrepreneurship. So without further ado, I would like to invite Madam Noraida binti Muhammad Sharif, Director, Center of Foundations, International University of Melayu, to share a few welcoming words. Madam Noraida. Welcome, Madam Noraida.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Can you hear me now? Hi.
Yes, we
Hi.
can hear you, madam.
It's very clear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You
very
can
clear.
hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Very
Okay.
clear, ma'am.
We can hear you
All
clearly.
right. Thank you. Okay, some technical errors just now. Okay, so sorry about it. Okay, we've got our MC, Yashini. Okay, I'm supposed to say something now?
You are supposed to give a speech, Madam.
Oh,
Your
all right.
speech.
Okay. Okay. So sorry about just now some technical errors. Okay. Thank you very much, and everyone. Hi and good afternoon. Okay, I welcome everyone and the participants and especially the speakers. Okay. Nice meeting you, but it's virtual meet. Okay. I have Mr. Rashid and Dr. Meriza and Madam Shamila. Okay, I have someone who is far away, who is Indonesia here, Dr. Meriza. Hi. Is he here? No, not yet. Or I can't get to him. Mr. Rashid, hi. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining this or making our CFS webinar. This is the first series, the first of all for the semester. It's organized by our semester 1 students, Center of Foundation Studies, and they are very young students. Okay, but they have potentials. Okay, so I welcome everyone now. Now, this webinar series is actually, it comes up as a result of our COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, we just couldn't, we have to transform our learning into e-learning. And so our students here has adjusted, and so everyone I think has adjusted, has affected the whole world. So now we are moving on from face-to-face or rather physical learning into virtual learning or rather e-learning. It's initially it's just remote learning, but now I think we are transforming it into i-learning or online learning. Now this webinar is organized by the SEM semester 1 students, and the participants are mainly very young, I would say very young adults. Okay, they're already adults, and they are they are in the process of learning. Learning does not take any no barrier and no limit. So even though we can't have a physical learning delivery, we do it virtually, and we are still learning all the same. All right. Now, thank you very much. I know I would like to thank also my staff, who is Madam Farah, who has worked very hard with the students. Okay, thank you very much. And also the students, the committee members of the students who have made this webinar, I would say a success already, because even though we had some technical problems just now, but it's just the beginning. So we'll have a series of this. And I would like to especially thank the title here is Survive, Sustain and Success. I suppose this is surviving after our pandemic, our COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so we have to sustain ourselves, and it is mainly on entrepreneur and business. Okay, so we are in Malaysia here, we are in the RMCO, which is the recovery process of MCO. Okay, so welcome everyone. Special thank to our speakers here, Mr. Rashid, Dr. Meriza, all the way from Bandung, okay, and Madam Shamila, okay. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for making a success of webinar session with the students. Thank you. Can I pass this on to our MC again, Yashwini?
Thank you, Madam Narida, for the heartwarming speech. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind all of you to stay with us until the end of the event because you have a chance to win e-vouchers worth RM50 for lucky draw. So stay with us, okay? Now it's time to lend your ears to hear their experience from our guest speakers. So I would gladly like to invite our moderator, Ms. Farah Hidasharin, lecturer, Center of Foundation Studies of IUMW, to open and conduct the. Ms. Farah, the floor is yours.
Okay, sorry. All right, thank you. Thank you, MC. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. Yang berbahagia Puan Nuraida binti Muhammad Sharif, Director Center of Foundation Studies, IUMW. Our distinguished speakers, lecturers, staff and students, and I've noticed teman-teman dosen and mahasiswa dari Indonesia also joined our event today. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Industrial Revolution, okay, started in the late 18th century, okay, with the switch from manpower and animal power to machine equipment run by water or steam. Okay, many changes in business industry, such as rapid changes in technology, global competition, cultural crossroad, and recently the pandemic crisis happened over the world, are disrupting the usual way business organization operate, and it's become dilemma for business player and entrepreneur. So to open up our mind regarding the business disruption, let's watch this video. So boleh. Sorry, organizer. Dah. Boleh
Business, there will always be disruption. Success depends on how you manage it. No business is immune. Kodak, founded in 1888, for a century, it dominates film and camera sales. At its peak in 1976, business, there will always be disruption. Success depends on how you manage it. No business is immune. Kodak, founded in 1888, for a century, it
All right, sorry, there is unable technical problem to run the video. Okay, I just proceed to the first speaker, okay? All right, today we have Mr. Rashid, okay, as a first speaker, the founder and CEO InspiraComm Sendirian Berhad. Okay, he will talk and share more about how actually the entrepreneur will survive during the business disruption, and then the latest one is related to pandemic crisis. Okay, so but before that, I want to brief, okay, some brief background about Mr. Rashid. He actually graduated with a degree in architecture from the University of Arkansas, USA. And he is an expert, okay, in project management, branding, and marketing with over 30 years of working experience in corporate and government sector. Okay, and he was involved in the planning and development of Cyberjaya Township in the early days when he became the general manager for Cyberview Sendirian Berhad. And currently at InspiraComm, he leads and directs the company's effort to promote sustainable development goals to all entities on various platforms as a drive to create awareness and cultivate sustainability in Malaysia. So without further ado, Mr. Rashid, I welcome you to deliver your presentation.
Thank you, Puan Farah. Am I clear to everyone? Are you clear? Is it
Yes,
clear?
yes,
Everyone?
clear, Mr. Rashid. Yeah.
Okay. Assalamualaikum, ladies,
Salam.
gentlemen, Dr. Meriza, Puan Shamila, Puan Nuraida. First and foremost, thank you for inviting me to be one of the panelists for this series. It is very interesting when earlier on Puan Nuraida mentioned about technology, about e-learning, yeah, because in the business that I'm in now, yeah, that is not the luxury that we have, yeah. We are actually we are a social entrepreneur, yeah, and we are involved with the underprivileged and marginalized children. So they have the problem in terms of having access to all these technologies, yeah, either gadgets or the infrastructure. In fact, we had a few discussions with the principals of the schools that involved in our program, and we noticed that only about less than 20% of the students, yeah, who are under our program are able to participate in the e-learning education that the schools are having during the MCO. Yeah, so that is a big challenge when we talk about dealing or handling marginalized and also underprivileged kids. Yeah, but let me bring back to a bit of our history of the company. Yeah, and when we started, we actually were a publisher. Yeah, we did an online magazine with the intention of to promote women entrepreneurs. Yeah, to promote women entrepreneurs, and our online magazine became an alternative, affordable platform for these entrepreneurs to promote their businesses and their activities. That's how we started earlier. Yeah. But that is not the only platform that we have created for the women entrepreneurs. We have also created a physical platform, yeah, in the form of we call it bazaar, yeah, and also there is a boutique kind of what do you call this, get together kind of event, yeah, whereby the participants are not that many, but we created this platform so that the entrepreneurs were able to interact with their potential customer or their potential what do you call this business partner. Yeah, that's how we started our business. But slowly, as we get along, or as we engage with more of these entrepreneurs, we started to get to know about the Sustainable Development Goals, yeah, the SDGs, yeah, under the 2030 Sustainable Agenda by United Nations. So we kind of like fell in love with that agenda, and from being an entity that do a coverage of the entrepreneurs and social entrepreneurs, we slowly became or become a social entrepreneur ourselves. Yeah, so we are now a social entrepreneur, and our focus is more towards providing empowerment program for the underprivileged and also the marginalized children. Yeah, so far we have been involved with more than 200 students. Yeah, and these students, a majority of them, about 85% of them are the orang asli or the indigenous children. Yeah, so you can just imagine when the pandemic happened. Yeah, and they couldn't go to school. Yeah, so they had a lot of problems in terms of communicating with the schools. Yeah, in terms of for the schools, even for the schools to run the online program with the students. Yeah, but we always continue to communicate with them, and we try to see if it is possible for us to kind of share information even through the minimum kind of gadget that they could have at home. Yeah, I'm talking about the smartphone. Yeah, because without internet, without what do you call this, a laptop at home. Yeah, it will be very difficult for us to communicate with them through online via computer. So we try to find other forms of platform, and the phone would be the other alternative for us to promote whatever that we would like to deliver to these kids. With the recent the recent decision by the government to lift the school closure, which today most of the students have already started their school session. Yeah, we are now will be going back to the schools. We can't avoid. We have to have this physical engagement with them. Yeah, that is something that unavoidable. Just because of the circumstances and also the status in terms of affordability and whatnot. So we have to continue to have this physical engagement with the students. But talking about the social distancing SOP, we have to kind of review our program, which is to us that is a major disruption. Yeah, since in our program, what our main objective or our main focus is to educate or to coach these children into three type of skills. Yeah, the learning skills, the literacy skills, as well as the life skill. Yeah, and at the same time, what we are doing is that we are also incorporating the element of goal setting into this, so that we would like these children to have a clear vision of what they would like to be in the future. Yeah, the challenge is these children are now living in orang asli villages. Yeah, but these orang asli villages are becoming kind of closer and closer, or getting closer to urban areas, because development are coming in and reaching out to them, rather than leaving them, but then the developments are reaching out to them. But are they ready to accept the development? Yeah, and here we are talking about basically the mentality of these children. Yeah, the mentality of their parents, and therefore the challenge in our business is that especially when we deal with these children, is that we need to engage the various levels of stakeholders. Yeah, so it's not just about the children. Yeah, they are the participants of the program, but we also need to engage the parents. We also need to engage the school. So we need to collaborate with the school. We have to visit the parents to see or to check on the development of the kids. We need to have a special session with the parents because they need to understand the whole objective of our program. Yeah. So our program is not really something like teaching them to do maths or English or science, but we are basically injecting the spirit of being independent. Yeah. So they need to be need to have a critical thinking. Yeah. How to survive. They need to be creative. Yeah. They need also to be or to learn to be a leader among themselves. Yeah. And they must have a clear goal in terms of what do they really want to be. Yeah, we are not trying to kind of change their culture. Yeah, because we know that some of these what do you call this orang asli tribe. Yeah, they are very particular in terms of that. Yeah, they are afraid that a third party like us might come in and then suddenly change the mindset of the kids of their kids. Yeah, so we need to tackle the parents. We need to make them understand the whole objective of this program, and also how we want to change or should I say to realign their kids' thinking, yeah, their kids' way of setting the goal, so that when they grow up, they will be a much better person, at least a more improved person compared to where their parents or their grandparents before. Yeah, so this pandemic really create a huge challenge for us. But in our business, besides what do you call this, focusing on these underprivileged and marginalized kids, we had to kind of change our focus a bit. Yeah, since we also now engage corporate entities, yeah, to see whether or to explore whether we can also extend the same type of program to the children of their own staff. Yeah, because we believe their staff must have there must be a B40 category staff in their companies. Yeah, so we are trying to reach out and to see how we can also provide the same kind of program to these children. Yeah, so all in all, what we are trying to do here is to ensure that the kids are really prepared, yeah, to face not only their or the challenges in school, but also when they grow up. Yeah, they need to be independent. They need to know how to solve a problem. Yeah, since they are still young, and this is where we feel that we can try to change their way of thinking. Yeah, this is not the first year that we have been doing this. We have our partners and to support us in terms of running this program. Yeah, and we are reaching out more and more. In fact, due to this pandemic, we have also take the opportunity to develop a module. Yeah, a module that is dedicated to create or to enhance the awareness of the children, these marginalized and also underprivileged children, in terms of what is this COVID-19 all about? Yeah, and also what is the new normal all about? They might not be aware of this because due to limitation or constraint in terms of getting the information, yeah, from their parents, a limitation in terms of they do not have access to internet kind of thing, yeah. So they might not be able to have access to all this kind of information. So we are coming in and we decided to introduce this module to these kids, so that not only they are aware of what the pandemic is all about, so that it will be easier for them to embrace the new normal culture, but we have also used the same module to see how they can develop their critical thinking. Yeah, how they can develop their critical thinking. We have done this last year when we first involved with this one school. Now we are continuing with the same set of students because our partner has agreed to kind of sponsor these kids for the next 3 years. So we are there to monitor their development until they complete their Form 3 or PT3. Yeah, and what we have done again with this program to differentiate ourselves from others is that this program is an impactful program, and it is a measurable type of program whereby whatever progress by the kids will be measured, yeah, and will be shared with our partners. Yeah. So besides the KPI, we are very concerned in terms of how the progress of the individual kids, and that's the reason why one of our partners has agreed to go along with us with 2 sets of students. Yeah, one now is still in the primary, and they will be going to Form 1 next year, to the secondary next year, and the other one, they are already in the secondary school. Yeah, so there are 2 sets. So we will be together with them, and since they have started their school term today, so we will be meeting them beginning next week, and we will be having a weekly program with them until October. So our program is not a short-term program. Yeah, again, most of the time you will see that companies they kind of deliver a similar program, but more of a short term, which to us is not impactful, and you might not be able to measure the whole impact or what has been delivered to the kids. Yeah. So beginning next week, we will be again together with all the students. There are 2 or 3 Orang Asli schools and 3 schools with the B40 students. So in total, well, we have about 100 plus students under this because they are selected. They are not. We are not approaching in a big group kind of thing. We are approaching in a very selected group kind of thing. Yeah. So we have about 16, and there's one group with 40 students. The most is will be with 40 students. So that's how we kind of address the problems that we are facing through this pandemic. Yeah, and because to us these kids are very valuable. They need to be realigned in terms of their way of life, in terms of their thinking. Yeah, especially in this pandemic, they need to understand that there are a lot of things or changes that they need to embrace. Yeah. So basically, I think it's about 20 minutes. That's how we at InspiraComm addressing yeah, the issues or the disruption that is happening during this pandemic. Okay, Puan Farah.
Okay, okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rashid. You want to share anything, your slide or what? I think very
Yes,
simple slide, right?
yeah,
About
can I do
your
that?
company.
Can I do that?
Maybe you
Yeah.
can
Hold on, yeah. File.
can you share screen?
Uh,
I think just a little bit about your company, right?
Learning how to use this also.
Okay, it's okay.
I didn't.
We all
I need to get a system
learning
for.
also.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Rashid, is it okay?
Puan Farah, I think I have a little bit of technical problem here.
Okay, all right.
I think,
It's okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Explanation would be kind of sufficient, I think, for now. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rashid, for the sharing experience, about a case study about InspiraComm Sendirian Berhad. I mean, the real how the entrepreneur actually surviving during the pandemic crisis. Okay. So moving on. Okay. We want to explore further about how actually people, I mean, most of our audience here, student, okay, to become the entrepreneur. Okay, what actually the competencies, okay, and skill needed to be future entrepreneur. So to discuss about this, okay, we have Dr. Meriza Hendri, Head of Entrepreneurship Center, Widyatama University, Bandung, Indonesia. He also senior lecturer for Faculty Economics and Business, Widyatama University, Bandung, Indonesia. So hello, Doctor. Welcome to our webinar far away from Kuala Lumpur. Are you okay? So
Yeah.
connection okay, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So
Can you
before Dr. Meriza share about his knowledge, okay, let me introduce. I hope I can share the slide. Hopefully. Okay. All right. A little bit brief about Dr. Meriza. Dr. Meriza graduated in bachelor's degree in international relation on the year 2000, and then pursuing his master in management, majoring in marketing management on 2005, and completing his PhD in management in the field of strategic management on 2017, and all his study does in Pajajaran University, Bandung, Indonesia. So beside academician, he also establishing his own company, namely PT Strabis Management Bandung as a director. And he also appointed as a commissioner in PT Bekasi International Business, and now consultant for small and medium enterprise development, Ministry of Cooperative and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, Republic of Indonesia. So recently he contributed a lot of his effort as head of Synergy Group ABCGM, West Java for Cooperative and Small Medium Enterprise, and member of Bandung City Chambers of Trade and Industry for Entrepreneurship. He also actively writing books, research, business article, and blog related to entrepreneurship. Okay. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Meriza to deliver your presentation.
Okay, thank you, Farah. Okay, first of all, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice for me to meet with you, all of you, in this moment webinar regarding to business. I am also grateful meeting with Mr. Rashid and Ms. Sharmila. I wish this material can be part of the content that Ms. Farah expect to the student can understand about the condition of opportunity after this condition, especially in disruption and pandemic COVID-19. Allow me to share my PowerPoint. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, I'll talk about a case in Indonesia regarding how to grab an opportunity based through disruptive innovation based on thinking ability, then entrepreneurial mindset, and also about business competence. This material can be best for the student to prepare themselves to be a successful entrepreneur, especially in facing this pandemic COVID-19, and also what we call it disruption caused by what we call technology. I'm opening my file, Farah. Okay.
So Doctor can present.
I'm opening, Farah.
Okay.
Oh, this. Okay. Here the file. Okay. Okay.
Can
you see it? Huh?
Yes. It started to sharing.
Okay. Yep. Okay. The title of this presentation about how do we grab. Can you see it?
Doctor, sorry. We are still unable to see you sharing, but okay.
Okay.
Just okay. There is a block in your slide.
Then how about now? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you
You
see?
can. Yeah. We can see now. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, God. Okay. I'll discuss about some points first about business because I heard that
Doctor, there is something appear Microsoft Office activation visit. Okay. Okay, can proceed, Doctor.
Okay. We will discuss about business environment as a basic concept that we have to understand as a student. Secondly, about disruption and impact in Indonesia. We will discuss about the impact of disruption in business in Indonesia. Third is about business opportunity. because after condition of disruption, there will be an opportunity that we can grab, and disruptive innovation, then thinking ability, entrepreneurial mindset, business competence, and the last one is what campus should do about to face or to grab this opportunity, for, especially for the student. First, I want to discuss about business environment. As a student, we have to understand about this concept, because if we can't understand about this concept, business environment, of course, we cannot see the opportunity or threat from the surrounding or environment that will interfere our business. In my mind, this is the basic concept of business. As a student who will learn about business, business are create money and create value. This is a basic concept that we have to understand. Any kind of business should be based on this concept. Create money means business will create a profit. Then about business create value means not only profit but also shareholder value, stakeholder value, social value. Shareholder value means that the result of the business will give a profit for the owners. As a student, of course, when we create a business, we will reach a profit as a result of our business. But it's not only that. Talking about profit, we still focus on business as a create money. Business should also give a value for the stakeholder, like people, like our government will give a tax, will open a job, something like that, and also social value. Social value is the highest value that will give done by the company to the community. Of course, in Indonesia, we know about CSR, corporate social responsibility. I believe in Malaysia also. Then, after knowing the concept of business, we have to understand about business as an environment. Environment is everything, whether it is in or out of the company, will interfere or influence the company. We can call it internal environment and external environment. I believe that this is a basic concept also when we learn about business, especially for the student. In my mind, especially in Widyatama University, this is basic concept always be given to the student and explain to them. Why? Because if they don't understand about the business environment, they cannot analyze all opportunity, all threat, all strength and weakness about the company. Regarding to our material or our discussion this afternoon, we are talking about disruption. It relates to the technology as one of the external business environment that interfere our business. And also, Inspira said that it's about what we call pandemic COVID-19. It's also part of external business environment that interfere our business. Why? Because we have to understand about the character of a business environment, namely VUCA: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. This is the character of business environment, and we cannot avoid it. We have to understand it. We cannot say that pandemic COVID-19 is a problem for our business. No. And it's the only one. No. Every time we will face the change of external environment because they have the character of VUCA: volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. After understanding about the business environment, now we come to the disruption. Actually, disruption is caused by the digital technology. If we come to the business environment, it comes from the technology itself. Technology is one of the strategic factors that interfere, that influence our business today. And digital in Indonesia itself has proven that it can change all the business in Indonesia, include manufacture, service, trading, culinary business, and fashion. Especially for me, as my major activity in entrepreneurship, I can feel all small and medium enterprise in Indonesia is influenced by this digital technology, namely disruption. Now, what is disruption? I think everybody has known about disruption. Uh, I try to make a simple definition. Disruption is an innovation with potential to replace product and services in the company. It means that any kind of innovation that interfere the company. For example, in Indonesia, we know taxi. I believe in Malaysia also a taxi. This industry has steady for a long time. They enjoy the profitability of service from the taxi. Unfortunately, suddenly there's an innovation, namely in Indonesia, Gojek. I believe it's also in Malaysia. Yeah. So we do have understand about the change of technology can replace product and service in big company, especially in Indonesia. Most of our entrepreneurs realize that this condition, and they ever to see or to face this condition first. But now they have understood that this is a real, it's real. So it means that disruption should be seen as a condition where this is the condition of business environment that can make an entrepreneur become success or fail in the business. Next, we come to disruption in the business. This I think I can pass the concept of disruption. Yeah, but I focus on this. There are at least three types of actor involved in disruption. As a student, we have to understood about this. Like Mr. Rashid said before, he sees and he feel in the environment. Technology change everything. And also in Indonesia, especially in Widyatama, we try to make our students understand about the three actors involved in disruption. First, entrance. Entrance is the one small medium enterprise who come to industry and offer a new thing to the community. The second one is the incumbent. It's a existing company who offer the existing product. The third one is the customer. I believe that Ms. Farah also see when we did an event in Widyatama, some students offer application. I believe Ms. Farah remember about it, regarding about how to make a business in creating a design of house.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
kind of
Yes.
innovation, this disruption. He, as a young entrepreneur, a young student, try to make a new design of business, especially in servicing the creating of a house. This kind of actor in the disruption, namely entrance. So actually, our student can be potential to be an entrance in this disruption condition. Next, now what's the impact in Indonesia? I believe it's not really different in Malaysia. In Indonesia, of course, some of we do feel that first in bank services, yeah, we can see that they are forced to change by some financial technology, yeah, and also GoPay as a service in bank service. Then taxi, printed media changed by digital media, restaurant forced by ghost kitchen. Maybe in Malaysia, have you ever known about ghost kitchen? Some of my students has before create a restaurant, then now they cannot pay the rent. Then they come back to the house and create a kitchen at the house. They just wait for the order by giving in application. Now in Indonesia like that. Then malls is changed by marketplace. Teaching now we do by ruang guru, or we are forced to do online teaching in Indonesia, and also sports forced by application created by entrepreneur. This is Indonesia. Now, what's the impact? The impact of disruption in Indonesia's market is eroded by newcomers. Yeah, as I said, that young entrepreneur create some application. They create a new standard for the community, create shifting, substitute product, and when revenue stream of company become loss. It's happened in Indonesia. In Indonesia, some banks has closed some branch. They cannot pay the cost. Then some restaurants closed. Some taxi even lost the main revenue stream. Now, and we can see predict, sorry, is in Indonesia 4,000 employee will lose the opportunity to work by automatization and robotization. I mean this impact in Indonesia. Now, what is business opportunity? Disruption create opportunity. This is the basic concept that we have understood. As we said before, business cannot be separated from the business environment. Indonesia has 269 million people and face demographic bonus. It means that Indonesia Indonesia has more and more amount of young people. So it becomes actually become an opportunity after condition of disruption. Disruption has created a business opportunity for young people, especially for students to be entrepreneurs. I think it's related to our discussion this afternoon, because most of our participants are students in your campus, Spara. This is become an opportunity for the student not to be a job seeker now, but to be entrepreneur. Disruption create an opportunity to develop creativity and innovation. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, our president encouraged young people to be entrepreneurs by using digital technology. So, based on this condition, disruption create an opportunity to young people to be entrepreneurs. Then, talking about people, nowadays, because of disruption, create a change in Indonesia. Create a change. People in Indonesia change their behavior. They need more cheaper product, more satisfied service, and easier. These problems of the customer, and it should become an opportunity for the young student to be entrepreneur, to create a new product that can fulfill what people need. Next, nah, basic concept for being entrepreneur is an opportunity. This is the basic concept we teach in Widyatama University. We always say that a people problem as impact of disruption is an opportunity for the entrepreneur to find the solution based on technology and create product to be offered to customer. So in Widyatama University, we try to make aware the student that every problem surrounding us is become opportunity for us to make a solution, namely product. So regarding to disruption, all impact of disruption will become an opportunity for us to create a product. Then we come to disruptive innovation. To grab an opportunity, one thing that we have to do is disruptive innovation. Like Mr. Rashid said that to face all conditions of business, we have to be creative in innovation. I agree with that. I believe that all opportunity can be monetized by the entrepreneur to be successful in the business. Disruptive innovation is what do you call it, to do an innovation that create a product that will challenge the existing product or the existing company. This is the concept. Christensen said, disruptive innovation is a theory of competitive response. When we see that taxi has enjoyed their benefit by service, comes Gojek. Gojek become do disruptive innovation by creating a service that needed by the market. Actually, students can also do this because they are still young. They can learn in the campus, like in para campus. They have an opportunity to develop any idea that can fulfill what people say. So disruptive innovation is really needed to grab the opportunity after the disruption. The characteristic of disruptive innovation is more simple process, more fun, and more interesting to new people. Why? Because the impact of disruption is make people to be more simple process, more fun, and more interesting people. Now, this condition can be fulfilled by the idea of a student when they do learn in the campus. Next. Nah, business based on technology to create solution to customer, develop our understanding on what people need, what existing business does to serve people need and use technology. Next, we come to thinking ability. To do disruptive innovation, I also agree with Mr. Rashid. Mr. Rashid said before that people will need to be critical thinking and creative thinking. I agree with that. In Widyatama, we find that basic problem that faced by students is they have a lack of ability in critical thinking and creative thinking. Meanwhile, these two thinking ability differs people who want to be entrepreneur and who want to be an employee. Thinking ability. Hello. Thinking. This I think students should be encouraged to improve their ability in critical thinking. Many methods can be used to do this by 5 whys or something. If so, it can be used to develop their critical thinking. The second one, creative thinking. I believe we can use mind mapping, design thinking, learn from the competitor, and create new things. A student should be encouraged to do this. In Widyatama, we do case basis. Once a student learn about business, they learn about the people and then learn about the business. And then they try to do a critical thinking, creative thinking about the business of what they learn in business. Next is entrepreneurial mindset. Students should be encouraged about entrepreneurial mindset. Entrepreneurial mindset is not only about frame of thinking, it's about a mentality. To be entrepreneur, but for me, to be entrepreneur is a life choice. It's a life choice. It's not just what we call it, just an activity that we enjoy. No, in my research, I focus 8 dimensions of entrepreneurial mindset. Vision, like Mr. Rashid said, that what they want to do, what they want to be entrepreneur. The vision, the dream to be in the next 5 to 10 years to go. Opportunity, creative innovation, risk management, customer orientation, business growth orientation, fast thinking and action. This is a good here. I have done the research about this and also teach about this about entrepreneurial mindset. Last one is about business competence. To grab an opportunity because of disruption, we have to increase our students about business competence. I believe this also do this in university. In Widyatama, I focus on business, about knowledge, skill, and attitude regarding to business. How about the understanding about business? Students should be context to business they want to learn. The second was management, about finance, marketing, operational human resource, soft skill. I also found in Mr. Rashid presentation before about leadership, decision making, communication networking, and finally digital technology. How to encourage them linkage about the digital technology that they use or they know to the business that they learn in the campus. Now I focus to the campus. I want to use this quote. If we teach today as without yesterday, we rob our children of tomorrow. I do this quote. I feel this quote is really needed to be present in this discussion. Why? Disruption also demand us as a lecturer to change the way of our teaching. what campus should do. Campus in Widyatama, we try to make a curriculum, lecturer, teaching method, facility that support students to develop thinking ability, entrepreneurial mindset, and business competence. Secondly, create an ecosystem to encourage students to develop their thinking ability. As a head of Entrepreneurship Center, my rector offered me, encouraged me to do to create an ecosystem to support students to make an ecosystem to help students to improve their thinking ability. I try to connect to some of business, academician, media, government, and also community. Learn from experts who become mentor in this ecosystem. Case study from competitor in using technology, digital technology, and also assessment of students from family. The last one is very, very interesting. In my finding, that student who comes from family business has an opportunity to be more successful in business. So I try to assess who student come from family business. My last slide is about this. Students, all of in my campus, I encourage them to focus on education, to focus to learn. Your education today is your economy tomorrow. I believe on this. So let's learn together. Let's learn in your campus. Let's learn from surrounding that we can get knowledge that will be capital of us for next condition. This is my presentation, Ms. Farah. I wish that you can get the point. I wish you can fulfill what you need to the student. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Dr. Meriza, for the fruitful sharing session with us. Later, I will conclude everything. And for participants, if you have any questions, so you can use our Zoom group chat, okay, to send a question, okay. All right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we will discuss about the innovation and invention, what is all about. And today we have a great woman, okay, in our session. We call it as Madam Sharmila Muhammad Saleh, the acting CEO, Malaysia Innovation Foundation, agency under MOSTI, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. Hello, Madam Sharmila.
Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum. Good
Yes.
afternoon, everyone.
Okay, all right. So before we proceed with Madam Sharmila presentation, okay, I want to share with you a little bit background, okay, regarding Madam Sharmila. Okay, Madam Sharmila Muhammad Saleh is the present acting Chief Executive Officer of Malaysia Foundation for Innovation, agency under Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, which is responsible to promote and champion innovation in Malaysia. She's graduated in bachelor's degree in business management marketing, diploma in banking studies and advanced diploma in accountancy. And now a PhD candidate by research after successfully converting her master's to PhD. Okay, her passion to promote innovation making her as one of the leading role in grassroots innovation. Recently, she leads community innovation divisions such as High Impact Program 6, Mainstreaming Grassroots Innovation Projects and Social Innovation Program in Malaysia. So she was also a president of the Malaysia Economy and Entrepreneurs Development Organization in 2018 and currently certified as Innovation Associate and Innovation Manager from Global Innovation Management Institute, United States of America. So Madam Sharmila, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Ms. Farah. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon again. To Madam Nuraida bin Muhammad Sharif, Director, Center of Foundation Studies, International University of Malaya, Wales. Ms. Moderator, Farahida Sharin, lecturer, Center of Foundation Studies, and also both speakers, Mr. Rashid bin Mat and also Dr. Meriza Hendri. So I think now let me share about the how we survive and how we sustain and where is opportunity to make up a solution through innovation. So may I share my slide presentation now? Okay. Can you see?
Okay, can madam?
Okay. Let me start with, let us go back, to before we start, I wanted to ask everyone, what is the key pressing matters now, especially in Malaysia situational context of concern, right after pandemic COVID-19, and also what is the alarming current issues and challenges in socio-economic access on talent, professional development, and whatnot. And then also, what is the fastest solution to tackle such concerns? So actually, both speakers before me has put the opportunity in all of their presentation, businesses towards the marginalized people in Malaysia, whereby underlying opportunity to make up solution. So this is in fact an innovation. Okay, so let me zoom in into the three focus of area in a social innovation dimension, i.e. economic, social well-being and environment, which in Malaysia, we try to match in line with 12 Malaysia Plan, shared prosperity vision, and 10 science technology drivers on 10 socio-economic drivers. This you can refer to Academic Science of Malaysia. So basically 10 on 10 is in building the ecosystem of advanced technology solutions met against Malaysia's socio-economic drivers. So in 12 Malaysia Plan, it will be formulated based on this concept as a shared prosperity, which will serve as a guideline for long-term development. And then this three dimension in social innovation would complement each other towards the Malaysia's new development model. So if you can see employment and job opportunities in the current context where we are now, I'm not get the students to be afraid of their future, but we try to give the fact of what happened and then how innovation or invention can change the landscape of what a future would be. Okay, so in terms of unemployment and job opportunities, as said, it is reported by Malaysia Institute of Economic Research, estimated 2.4 million Malaysia will lose their job in 2020 due to COVID-19 crisis, mainly consists of non-salaried job, while unskilled workers would make up 67% of the figure, 67%, yeah. It is also reported by Department of Statistics Malaysia, the unemployment rate now spiked at 5% compared to 3.3% in June last year, somewhere which also was happened in 1987 to 1988. Unfortunately, last 2 days when I read the Sunday Mail, now it is no more 5%. It is now goes up to 8%. It is very alarming. So in the addition to the above, it is also predicted that household incomes would drop 12% from the baseline, amounting to 95 billion, due to decrease on consumer spending in Malaysia. So you just imagine, Dr. Meriza, we are just a small country. And then with total people around 33 million, but we still suffer the same thing as what global is suffering now. So we can see this also on the second point is 1 million of university graduates. I'm not scaring our students, but this is the fact that we have to realize, and then we have to make it way out of this. 1 million of university graduates are now forced to venture into gig economy. Just now, I've heard Dr. Meriza also talking about the Gojek. Yeah, talking about in Malaysia, we have Grab, everything. That is gig economy. But this sector offers very minimum social protection, even the pay is high. And giggers are exploited by platform companies. Why I said this? Because according to Malaysian Employers Federation, this independent operator, contractors and self-employed person do not have financial safety net. When we are referring to the safety net, this is talking about our employees, provident fund, SOCSO, insurance and whatnot. The giggers also do not have a legal right to form labor unions and negotiate contracts. So they are really being manipulated by the platform, the existing platform. This is also worrying us. So let me go again to, in fact, in social equality and well-being, the rising cost of living among the urban poor. I think now it is already a viral that our B40, it's already being, make it a smaller part of B40. There is a B5, B4, B1, meaning that the poverty is go towards the very low, the very lowest point. So this is according to Bank Negara Malaysia, the level of income needed for a household to afford a minimum acceptable living in Kuala Lumpur, they have at least 7,671, which is now, it is actually in M40. With key assumption on the representative baskets of goods and services, a couple with 2 children. More than that, we are already under the poverty. Alongside with the rising cost of living among the marginalized group or low income group, so which is also referred to Mr. Rashid just now, regarding the Orang Asli, this has increased the burden of the families that consume more on food items. Low-income household earning below 2,000 spend 95% of their income on goods and services to maintain their living, and therefore have little room to cope with higher prices. So you just imagine. Okay, on the third dimension, in environment and green sustainability, Doctor, we are only talking about the Malaysia context, the local context, but it is so much, similarity and even maybe bigger problems at your country. So we take lesson to each other. In fact, I just attended the seminar. Today we have one Zoom meeting with the UN ESCAP representative from this region, the Pacific regions, throwing ideas on giving the sustainable, innovative guidelines to be as a pillar for all countries under the region. So that is what I have today. In fact, around 12 and up to 1:30. So reluctant to admit there are issues in biodiversity conservation, as 9,681 pollution reports received by Jabatan Alam Sekitar consist of air, water, scheduled waste, noise, oil spill pollution, since January 2019. This year, reluctantly to admit, Malaysia ranked 68 out of 180 countries, comparatively 63rd in 2016 and 51st in 2014. It is worsened. Yeah? Nevertheless, we can see our neighboring country, Singapore, is ranked at number 39, yeah, out of 180 countries in 2020. Above all, if we look into subsection of environmental performance index in ecosystem services, Malaysia ranked at 171 over 180 countries in 2020. That is a very shameful for us. So with this, we can see with the alarming current situation, especially after the COVID-19, we can ask ourselves what we want to be. Talking about the equality, the quality of life, talking about the economic, talking about the environment, everything is having challenges to us. So are we going to be an inventor or are we going to be the innovator? So we can see then who are they? So I think we can go through that. Inventor is create something new, yeah. Innovator create a sustainable businesses and whatnot. And then I just go through just a glance, yeah, because I think people can everyone can read through. So basically, innovation is one of the solution to get and tackle whatever the problems exist now. Yeah. So let me go in order to get more information on innovation. Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia, or known as Malaysia Innovation Foundation, was founded by the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, MOSTI, in October 2008 to promote and champion innovation. It is also one of the intermediary stakeholders to promote, to accelerate the process, intervene and facilitate to scale up innovation, particularly on inclusive innovation, grassroots innovation, and social innovation. I would say that businesses is a pure businesses and compared to the social innovation, and actually it is mixed because social innovation can go to the businesses and also to the entrepreneurship. So things like that. All right. So I hope that both speakers agree with me. Okay. So that YIM in realizing, yeah, believe in empowering creativity and innovation by developing mindsets, turning ideas into the reality, and subsequently nurture a sustainable support system. So basically, what we do is to identify, we scout innovation and support the development of potential grassroots innovation, especially encourage more Malaysians to embrace grassroots innovation and to promote and inculcate innovation and creativity among grassroots and B40. This is our mandate. So basically, the mandate given to us at the very low of the innovation pyramid that can be scaled up and to be facilitated more to develop and to go to the mainstream. Yeah. Okay, identically, YIM's vision is to drive innovations and creativity among Malaysians, while the mission is aiming to develop and promote creativity, skills in the field of science, technology in academia, across industry and society. So basically, likewise, to carry out vision and mission, of course, we need a pillar of the core values. So this is essential for all the YIMsters, we call it YIMsters, and also the stakeholders that are collaborating with us. So after getting the essential backbone, principles to carry on with the given mandate, we can take step into innovation. So innovation constantly seek improvement and become doing good in things, giving service into life, take pride of what we are doing, value add, yeah, to look into the opportunities. Things should be better with the innovation. And then optimism, whenever it is in front, the job needs to be done. So whatever giving to us, we need to adhere and to responsible on that. This is the optimism and what is a positive action. And of course, going into the nation building, we must have the implication. The impact must be there, what Malaysia can become. And then like Indonesia, they have Pancasila, but we have Rukun Negara. So that one we carry as a nation building. And then last but not least, the integrity in the process. Actions must consistent with our values, ethical, honest, truthful, and transparent. So this is what we have to carry during our journey to promote innovation. So what we have, what we do. Okay, let us go into what there are pillars in our area of our concern in intervention, and then we have three pillar inside, yeah, the YIM, what we do. Actually, technology facilitation and business innovation. Number 2 is knowledge resource management. And then number 3 is community innovation. So I can see Rashid is more to the community innovation, which giving the opportunity, equal opportunity to the marginalized group. Okay, let me go back to the technology and facilitation and business innovation. This is where all our programs that we are giving grant, development grant. This is very fascinating. When see the grant, actually it's a free of charge. It is not a loan, but it's not a cash. But it is more to develop innovation, to upscale your innovation, whatever the development in terms of technology, automation that we can help, and also on IP, on the trainings, things like that, because we can see the youth after coming out from the university, they lack of training, and they need this to more expose, yeah, to the businesses. Okay, and then knowledge and resource management. This is where all the innovators and the innovations reside. We are not sharing with others right now. We're only sharing with the stakeholders, because of the privacy on the IPs and whatnot. And then, of course, going back to the community innovation, we have programs that we are collaborating with the technologies from the academia, from the industry, where YIM is also coordinating as the program managers, pitch the money, the funding. It is also a grant from our ministry. Yeah. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Okay, so to zoom in into YIM's contribution, let us look into the grassroots in Malaysia, which emphasize on functionality, because this is the basic one. Innovation normally because of the function. So we need this, because we cannot sell on the shelf right away, because they need the further development. So at the very beginning, it is more significant into the functionality rather than commercialization. So the significant contribution to resolve either economic, social, and environment issues and create sustainability ecosystem. So basically, what we do is to facilitate, and then they become the startup business, entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, and maybe flippers, yeah. And then go to the incubation to go to the high tech and whatnot. So it's become the commercialization part already. So the next chapter is what actually the grassroots innovation. People are wonder what is it actually the grassroots innovation is an innovative product or service unleashed from the daily chores to overcome hurdles in the common and ordinary community or masses due to the necessity, hardship, and challenges. From here, we can know why the functionality exists, because with the limited resources, yeah, with limited funding. They will just use whatever the recycling thing or upcycling thing just to produce something that can give efficiency on their products. Okay, and then let us see also our journey. So it is a very long journey. We started on 2008. Throughout the years of discovering innovation at the grassroots, we went to all the places in Malaysia, nationwide, Sabah, Sarawak, the interior of Sabah and Sarawak in Borneo, and also in Peninsular Malaysia. So we directively, yeah, so we can see the journey. So basically in 2019, the exposure it's become a globally recognition. So we becoming one of the feeder for any insight project program under inclusive innovation. So you can see here, starting from, we have Malaysia Plan 11, where we are actively and being the implementing agency for High Impact Program 6 under SME Corporation. We have mainstreaming grassroots innovation, which is particularly to alleviate poverty, to develop innovation at the very low point of life. Okay, and then let us go to the next slide. So what we directively do is actually to transform innovative mindset to establish a sustainable support system and to become the catalyst of innovation ecosystem, and eventually transforming innovation into creating wealth, meaning that you can get the growth of your, maybe from the individual to go to, for the small company, and then become bigger company from the small, medium, and go to the entrepreneur. And then in fact, and so we also create the employment, normally from one individual of innovators, they become a community initiative, or they become into the cooperation or companies. So it's become more and more, the employment will be become bigger. And then also at the same time, create money economically. So the turnover, I can see the innovators that we have now, they easily can get above poverty line. So they can get around 4,000-5,000. And then in fact, some of them only selling the jelly, but we give the automation and technology, things like that. We produce the good branding for them. And then they basically have the training from us. It's a very basic training, but it's a really open up their mind. And then they now can earn around 20 to 30,000 Malaysian ringgit. So even higher than our salary. Okay. And then let us go to the, so then the direct impact is obtained for the sustainable development, such as knowledge creation, of course, because from here, we build the network between the innovators. So basically, they know each other. One produce this, another one is produce that, then they can match. This is where the platform can be tremendous. Okay, after that, it's a create of new ventures, of course, through innovation, adaptation, transformation of the businesses, and then, of course, again, access to capital. When they get endorsed by Yayasan Inovasi Malaysia, they can bring names already. So people out there, oh, you have been endorsed by an agency under MOSTI, meaning that your product is good, your solution is good, then more ventures to come. The capital access is just, you name it. Yeah. And then after that is on the social concerns. Of course, when we give any development grants, we will consider on the social concerns, mostly on the community employment, community ecosystem, where let's say you can get the raw materials from the community. So this is where the business can, there is a chain of supply, right? And then, of course, talking the environmental issues, there is a lot of environmental issues, like I mentioned just now. and talking about the governance, because normally grassroots innovators, they are just like our parents. The left pocket and right pocket is the same. So the money that they can get from whatever they will distribute like what nobody business. But basically, as an innovator, you must separate from your interest and also for the innovation interest. So we keep the governance. We give them 101 basic things about the accounting, about the administrative and papers, whatnot. Okay. So I think I coming into my few last presentation slide, but I would also share the success story behind that. So we can see that the program under YIM from 2015 to 2020, so we are small actually. So I would say under me, it's become smaller because I believe as a yayasan, you must put you in a very small, lean, and multitasking. Because to survive, like Miss Farah said, to survive and sustain, you must know almost everything in what happened in your organization. So you can see, if you're coming here, my HR people is also a project people. They are also a speaker out there, same as finance people. Finance people is be able to speak on behalf of us. They know every inch of things. So that is what I try to embed it into the organization. So you can see, if talking about 3 years back, 4 years back, we have around 30 of people, but now we have meaningful 19 people with the same projects. We have to deliver high impact program 6 as an implementing agency under SME Corp. We have Magris under Ministry of Finance. It's towards the end already because of 2020. We are looking into 2021, bigger the size, the bigger of the deliverables. Mainstreaming grassroots innovation, we have MySI. MySI is collaborative as a collaborative agency and a program manager to the technologies, whatever have in our local context. And then now we are building the social innovation roadmap. We are already being given a blessing by our YB minister. I know Mr. Meriza also know KJ, a very famous guy. Khairi Jamaluddin is now our minister. He gave his blessing on the social innovation roadmap. And then now we are getting closer into making the policy. Why the policy is more important than others, the blueprint or whatnot, because that is all one off. But the policy is making into years, because when policy is endorsed, the money, the structured financial support will be there. So it is a very good move from the roadmap, from the blueprint, from whatever policy to match. But we, as a small organization, we have also a responsibility to connect the dots. Because I believe everywhere in this country, or I'm not so sure in Indonesia, normally we work in silo. We have to break the silo because of different ministry. They have different innovation agenda, but basically with the same objective: alleviate poverty, quality of life, health, education, improvement, whatnot. Okay, so that is a part of the journey. It's a very interesting. Then I am very enthusiastic into this. Okay, and then we are so lucky during the transformation of the government, we have an opportunity to present to Ministry of Finance to upskill our innovators, because just now I said they always assume that every money is only one pocket. The skill is not there, so we put as a 1 year program, whoever the selected innovators under our ecosystem, to be trained under grassroots enrichment program. So this is very interesting. We get the money, we can do that. So it is also a benchmark for us to support the social innovation roadmap. Okay, and then let us go to the program initiative. I think this will be take longer than what to expect. It's because it is a very non-stop process. Yeah. So let us go and see what high impact program 6 of SME master plan will empower. They focus on the 40% bottom of pyramid people, promote rural transformation, improve business environment, and increase the innovation pool. So this is all the things that made up into from 2016 to 2020. Okay, I just go one glance, and then the scope also interesting. The grant gave to obtain IP, intellectual property protection, including prior art search. I think most researchers like this, concept design, prototype development, regulatory and whatnot, and also giving the support assistance. Every development grant, they have their support assistance. Yeah, market intelligence, community profiling, pilot project and diffusion, education and training, market access and innovation, services in legal work. We put that also embedded into the development grant. Yeah, and then what criteria is under high impact 6? This is given by the SME Corp as SME Corporation. The definition under the high impact program 6 is based on cutoff. So talking about the quality product, affordability, because we are trying to alleviate the poverty in Malaysia, targeted customer benefited and impacted to the targeted group, and giving the significant outreach, yeah, has the potential to be marketed, accessible when marketed, and then has the fast development progress. This is where the disruptive innovation would do to upscale then. And then going to the sustainability, where we have the BMC and things like that. Okay. Then let me go to the MAGRIS. Mainstreaming grassroots innovation is another development grant that we gave. So it is from the small innovators. I mean sometimes the beginner innovators, like our graduate coming out from the university, find out one good innovation, and then if they want to go out to grab the high impact program 6, it may not reach there, but Magris development can give them the opportunity. So still covering the grant, legal and innovation consultation, product development, system development, enhancement, promotion and training. We give coaching and training, upskill until we can create them as a grassroots innovation ambassador. They are basically our social agent, and also marketing and promotion. So I must go to the MySI now. My is a Malaysia social innovation program. This is where application period this year. So we are going to pitch. Actually, I went through the pitching session. I myself went to pitch on behalf of the technology. We work together. This is where the facilitation is. I know how to, because I think because of the years of the experience, I can see what is the questions or what to answer. And then based on our experience and the success story. So few little things to avoid the whole process disrupted. Yeah. So we have few tacit knowledge on this. So basically, most of the agency and the ministry also coming to us, because yayasan, even though it's a yayasan, but we have the subsidiary under us. It's a business arm, and then at the same time we are under Sinjam Berhad, a private limited company. So we have something that in between. So we can follow, we have the SOP like a government, but at the same time, we are not really tied with what the government is asking. Like let's say, if the project for 2020, you must finish the financial term in 2020. But we as a limited private company, the Senjuan Berhad, we can always put the money towards the next year. So things like that. There is a flexible part over there. All right.
Okay, Madam Sharmila, sorry,
Yeah.
ma'am. We
It's
have
about time.
limited time.
Yeah. Okay. Let
1
me
or
go.
2 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
this very so this is the main areas of what in my SI. So maybe next year will be more on the other because of this COVID-19. So they will put more main areas for consideration. These are the project criteria that you can refer to. And then let me go through a few project and the high impact program 6. This is where we are doing our focus is in education, healthcare, productivity, utilities. You can see this is all the affordable. So I think this one also you can see it's already in the market, yeah, for the Q finder, yeah, Kiblat finder. And then again on the technology and food, yeah, and then yeah, I just go through. Then you can share with the students and everyone. We have Margaret's innovation product. I would also would like to address the last on the right, Muamalat interactive game, actually produced, innovated by one lecturer from USIM. Very popular even in Indonesia. And now they are going to Turkey to translate into the Turkey because this make Islamic financial cost interesting. Yeah. And then let's go to my SI innovation product. It's more to the community product. You can see here for sustainable livelihood, certain campaign on say no to plastic, and also for the autism. Yeah. And then we can see also there is 5, I can bring 5 social innovators identified as successful entrepreneur under the guidance of YIM. Some are very lucky, they now they have built their academy. Selena second chance, she is a single mother, representative, a single mother on the social business model. We have aquaphonic in Kundasang. Now he actually growing grapes, yeah. And then we have in Sabah also, she is a very successful women entrepreneur. Again, she earned every month 20 to 30,000. Okay, and then I have this under different disability people, which is now doing a composting. And then I think towards the end, let me conclude. Yeah, I have here also talking about the innovative medical benefits administrative system. We have also the social innovation on Inbox, yeah, social entrepreneurship portal, and then Droppy, and then I come into the end, and that brings us to the end. Also, I like to thank you everyone listening to me, even I have already occupied the 20 minutes. And then thank you again for giving me a chance sharing our journey in facilitating the development of innovation into diffusion, level up the technology readiness toward commercialization initiative. Thank you. Terima kasih.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Sharmila. I'm so adorable with your presentation, with all the knowledge related to innopreneur. That's through this event. That's very good for us. Okay. So we come to a Q&A session. Okay, some question is already in chat group. Okay. Okay, we go first from Diki Kusmayadi. Okay. I have a question. During this pandemic, so many micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise went bankrupt. Okay, what is the most appropriate step? Okay, when an ongoing business is health problem due to disruption of distribution during the pandemic. Okay, and what things can be used as is. Thank you. Okay. Okay. He actually asked what is the appropriate step. Okay. When most of the companies need to close. Okay. Especially during the pandemic crisis. Maybe Dr. Meriza can give some suggestion on this.
Okay, Farah, thank you, Mr. Diki. I think this condition is also faced by many entrepreneurs, including me. Facing by pandemic COVID-19, I myself also face this condition whether to continue business or not. One thing that we have to know first is in the mindset of the owner of the business. It's the first thing. Entrepreneurial mindset can be the basic thing that we have to do to make a chance in our business, especially our vision to continue the business. We should believe this condition can be passed. So if we believe we can solve the problem of the company, we can continue the company. Secondly, is about the financial aspect. Nowadays, I also help some entrepreneurs in Bandung and also some medium companies in Bandung. Most of the problems of the owner of the business or the management is about the financial aspect. Lack of knowledge about how to manage the financial aspect can make no other choice to solve the problem of the company. Some cash flow can be used to recover some loss of the company or to use to repair the condition of the company. Regarding about the problem about supply constraint and cash flow health, in my mind, in the companies that I try to help is about some of them cannot understand how to divide the financial aspect. So my point is how to see the condition of the financial aspect of the company and to analyze, and we can make a solution or get a decision how to help the company based on the condition of the financial aspect first. So as a company owner, we have to see the opportunity comes from the government. As an owner of the company, should read the information, the policies, like Shamila said. The government will not let the company or let the people to face the condition of pandemic COVID themselves. Some policies, thanks God that I'm part of the, I call it, committee in West Java province. I found that our government prepare some policies that help the entrepreneur. So based on these three things that we have to do, I can conclude that small and medium enterprise can solve the condition as the impact of pandemic COVID-19 by what we call improving the entrepreneurial mindset, then analyzing the financial condition, and finally try to find our government policy that help the entrepreneur. That's Farah.
All right. I think it's fulfilled. Maybe other speaker want to add on. I mean, yeah, during pandemic, everyone affected. Maybe Mr. Rashid. I mean, as entrepreneur, can give some suggestion what actually entrepreneurs can do. I mean, from Malaysia perspective. Okay. Mr.
Maybe on the,
Rashid.
yeah, okay, yeah, I just on
Yeah.
the money. Okay, what some entrepreneurs that I have observed, yeah, is that they decided to pivot their business, yeah, meaning that um, since they face some difficulties based on what they are doing before this, yeah, so they decided to change their business into another form of a business. For example, there's one the bookstore, yeah, that now do not sell books anymore, but they decided to sell normal food supply. Yeah, so that's what that they have done. So this kind of thing is something which I think is normal for a lot of entrepreneurs. They will start to look for new opportunities. Yeah, if they can't survive based on the existing what do you call this business model, then they have to change their business model. They have to change their target. They have to change in terms of the customer. Maybe they might be using the same set of customer, yeah, but just in terms of activity, they'll have to pivot to another form of activity. Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope the answer, the suggestion, okay, can fulfill the questions. Okay. Next, I think it's already answered. Okay, in our chat box. When Mr. Fidauddin, okay, asking specific to Mr. Rashid, and Mr. Rashid already answer
Yeah.
the question. Yeah. So
Those
we
are some
can
of
just
the
see the answer in the
those
chat box.
yeah, those are some of the progress that we have achieved when we or what we have done with the kids. Yeah. Um, other than that, we have also kind of improved the way they communicate. Yeah, their self-esteem level. Yeah, their confidence level. At the beginning of the program, they were very passive. They were very quiet. Yeah, but then we decided to introduce a series of activities which attract them, or which we try to get them to kind of break the ice and be brave to stand in front of their colleague and to start to share their experience. Yeah, so these are some of the things that it is typical for the, especially for the orang asli. Yeah, that's the kind of not to say the kind of behavior, yeah, not attitude, but the kind of behavior that they have, which we need to get them to break away from it. Yeah, for them to be able to face all the challenges. Yeah, from the from the real world. Should I say from the real world? Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Rashid. Okay, for the answer. Okay, so we have limited time. We are unable to discuss further. All right. But what station? Okay, first speaker, Mr. Rashid, actually talking about how his company actually grabbed the disruption, and change it to opportunities, and towards the end contributing to societies. And second speaker, Dr. Meriza, talk more on to be entrepreneur, the most important part or the first step we must understand regarding the business environment, understanding about the impact of disruption, and also what is the effect on the disruption towards business. And the most important part towards the end, okay, to be entrepreneur, you must have the skill, okay, thinking skills, creative skills, okay, thinking ability, okay, that's we need to actually instill, okay, to our students from now. Okay, and the third speaker, Madam Shamila, okay, sharing with us, alarming us, okay, with the current situation, especially in Malaysia, okay, what will be happen in future regarding the job employment, okay, and she also actually sharing with us what is the initiative by the government actually to helping entrepreneur, okay, and towards the end we call innopreneur, okay, innovation entrepreneur, okay. So I think that's all from me. Thank you so much to all our great speakers. I'm so honored to be with you guys today. Okay, I pass back to MC. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Farahida, for a wonderful session. I hope all the participants today will get something beneficial not only for your life, but also for the whole society. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, there's an e-vouchers worth RM50 for lucky participants today. The organizer has drawn the name using the system, and the most awaited moment has arrived. We have 13 lucky participants. Are you all ready? And now I would like to announce the winners, and the lucky participants are Fidauddin Fauzi, followed by Ija N, Ayuning Tias Yuli Hapsari, Teresia Marditama, SEMM, Mahina Hossain, Liu Kai Wei, Fong Tristan, Ku Hui Yi Joey, Lim Yen Yi, Sharizan Don, Salsa Bila Fauzia Sofyan, Vishalini Vanessa, Yulaheha. Yeah, that's our lucky participants for today. To all the winners, the organizer will email you the e-vouchers directly. Congratulations to all the 13 lucky participants. Respected guests, lecturers, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of our event. On behalf of the committee, I would like to express our heartfelt appreciation to the Director of the Center Foundation Studies, IUMW, respected guest speaker, moderator, lecturers and staffs, and fellow friends for your time and presence. Sorry for any inconvenience caused throughout our webinar session. Again, thank you to all our sponsors, companies, and also individuals who contributed to this event. Good evening, everyone, and see you in the future event. Thank you. We would like everyone to stay for a while for a photography session. Thank you.
Okay, can we have a screen, I think? Okay. Okay, first screen. Okay, can everyone open your camera? Then we can see your beautiful and handsome faces. Boleh? Okay, ambil gambar. Boleh? Taking photo? Alright, first screen. Okay. Alright, second. Okay, I can see Pak Pipin here. Thank you, Pak Pipin. Miss Ayu. Adam. Okay. Okay, third screen.
Hello, Farah.
Okay, third screen. Okay. Alright. Fourth screen. Okay, the last one, fifth screen. Okay, done. Okay. All right.
Okay, can we leave now? Can we leave now?
Thank you, Miss Farah.
Thank you.
That's all. Photography session and Ponorida.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Farah. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you,
Thank you
Farah.
everyone.
Thank you, Miss Farah.
Thank you, Madam Farah.
Oh, you can of them.